Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Smita Sakote, Professor in Dermatology, your own consultant cosmetic dermatology on Mission Beauty. So are you ladies ready for a beautiful pearl to know what is the next secret you're going to know? Definitely once you cross 30, you don't look the way you used to look as a young girl. What happens? You develop a tan, you develop a dull skin. Does that happen with you? If that is the question, which is yes, then let me tell you, we are presenting one of the best cosmetic dermatologists, Dr. Vrishali Patil, who's practicing in Saraswati Clinic in Latur. Well, she is a rank student. She has studied in Nepal. In Nepal, she has studied her schooling. And after that, she got her MBBS degree from GMC Aurangabad. Later, she went to Karnataka and she pursued her diploma degree. Also, she worked in the government college in Bangalore for 1 year. And now she has also worked in Latur for 1 year as a senior resident and as a lecturer. And she has a wonderful experience of many years doing her private practice. And now she's going to unfold to you the most awaited topic, that is tanning, that is dull skin. Yes, so welcome Dr. Vrishali on this platform, Mission Beauty. Welcome to our platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great. I want to know from you, what is tanning, Vrishali?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. And to begin the session, tanning is just darkening of the skin. On exposure to sunlight, your skin becomes one shade darker. Because of the UV radiation, our skin develops a brownish tinge. This is what we say as tanning. Our skin is tanned.
Yes. And do we Indians or Asian skin, do we have more tendency to tan compared to the other people?
Yes, ma'am. It depends on the skin type. We Indians have skin type 3, 4, and 5. So we already have a lot of melanin in our basal layer. Tanning is it is a protective mechanism wherein the basal layer melanocytes produce a lot of melanin just to prevent our skin cells from harmful UV radiation. So it is a compensatory mechanism. So in our part of country where we stay, mainly in Asia and all, we have lot of sunlight throughout the year. So our skin is more prone for tanning, you can say.
Yes, wonderful. We are living in 365 days sun shower, as you can say. And
Yes.
that's the reason that we have a tendency to tan. And somehow we are so much fascinated with the color of the skin that the brown skin does not fascinate our Asians, but it fascinates the Westerners.
Westerns go for plant tanning. They go for tan baths, tan tubs. But for us, it is the color which matters more. We want a melanin free, like tan free color all the time.
It's always like that. You know, what we have, don't appreciate.
Right?
Kind of offense, we always want it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's true.
So it's always very true that somebody else's sari and jewelry always looks much better than what we have. But actually, we are having the best possible skin.
Yes. And day in and day out, we have to explain. Like I get so many kids, teens, which come with their parents. Parents are so obsessed with the color of their children. Right from the age of like 5, 6, they want their kids to be fair, and we cannot give them anything for that color. And they don't understand that this is our natural color. This is our natural tone, which we cannot change it. We can just prevent it, protect it. So understanding is very important.
Wonderful. I have already told why it happens. The question you have answered, that whenever we go in the sunlight, it's like the melanin forms the umbrella called as a Mirovsky's phenomena, and actually it protects us from the sunburn. So tanning
Yes.
is actually protecting us from sunburn. Imagine
Yes.
we are staying in a
Yes.
sunshine, our country, and if
Yes.
we had not tanned, what would happen? We would burn ourselves. So if we burnt
Yes.
ourselves every day, could we do our work? I mean, it was next to impossible to do any kind of work. We would be in all skin specialist chambers, no, burning our skin and applying some cold bath or taking some medicines. So God has been very, very kind to us. Actually, when He tans us, He protects us from burning. So we should thank God. I would
Yes,
like to
ma'am.
know what are the yes.
The thing which happens is when we are exposed to sunlight, it is mainly the two types of rays which are harmful to us, the UVA and UVB rays. We are always worried about the sunburns, which is because of the UVB rays. And it is superficial redness occurs, there is slight tinging, burning sensation. But more harmful are the UVA rays which penetrate deeper and cause more melanin production. So we have to protect against this UVA rays if you don't want to get tanned.
When does this happen, Dr. Bhushani? I mean, is there a particular thing which we could make our, women cautious about? When does this tan happen?
So tanning can happen to anybody. It depends mainly on the climate where you stay. It depends on the color of the person. If the person is on a wheatish side, grade 4 and grade 5 skin, they are more prone for tanning. Even in darker skin, 1 to 2 hours of sunlight is enough for tanning. So tanning is, there are basically two types you can say. One is the immediate tanning and the other is delayed tanning. Immediate tanning occurs because of mainly the UVA light, wherein there is immediate oxidative reaction in the melanin and there is immediate tanning, whereas the delayed type occurs after 48 hours and it is because of both UVA and UVB radiation. So that is because of increase in the tyrosinase enzyme activity. So I would say when a person is exposed for maybe few hours, mainly during the noon time, you can say between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. where the sun is hot. So that time, if the person is exposed to sun with direct sunlight on his face for like few hours and so, there are chances he might get tanned.
Well, how can we prevent this to, tanning?
Basically, protection, what we say, prevention is better than cure. So we can prevent tanning by just basically with your clothing, cover your face, cover your exposed parts. Then what we tell patients is use of sunscreen. Sunscreen should be a skincare routine, and in as I said, our part of country it is sunny throughout the year. So I usually tell my patients to apply their sunscreen throughout the year, irrespective of the climate, even if it is cloudy, even if it is sunny, and just half an hour before going out, they have to apply it and again reapply it every 4 hours.
Yes, wonderful. So Dr. Bhushani has given a wonderful tip to you all women. 365 days, please use
Yes.
sunscreen.
Because what happens, madam, this not only prevents tanning, sunscreen, it also aging, which most of the women in our, like in India, they don't understand. Like especially in our part, there is a lot of photo aging. We see like females in 30s, 40s who have much damaged skin, and it's too late to start anything for them. So what I tell all my patients is start sunscreen right from the age like 16, 17, and whenever they are outdoor, they have to reapply it every 3 to 4 hours.
Can you still give some more points in regards to sunscreen, Dr. Bhushani?
Yes, ma'am. Sunscreen, there are like two types of sunscreen, the chemical sunscreen and physical sunscreen. chemical sunscreens usually they absorb the UV light, whereas physical sunscreen they act as a barrier between the skin and UV rays, or they just reflect the UV rays. Usually in children, like right from the age of 3 to like 16, we prefer physical sunscreen. Physical sunscreen are those containing red petrolatum or zinc oxide or titanium oxide, whereas chemical sunscreens, those are preferred after the age of 16. They absorb the UV light. So this is about the sunscreen, and whenever you are picking up any sunscreen, you have to look for both SPF and the PA plus part. So SPF is the sun protection factor. For Indian skin, ideally you should choose a SPF 30 plus. It should be minimum SPF 30, because our women don't apply it in the adequate quantity. Quantity is like, what I tell to my patients is at least one fingertip unit should be applied for SPF sun protection factor. For the UVB radiation, and for the UVA we see the PA plus. So PA1 plus is mild protection, then moderate protection. PA triple plus is like it gives significant amount of protection from UVA rays. So when you are picking any sunscreen, it should be at least SPF 30, and PA we prefer triple plus to avoid tanning. And nowadays it is like we have all sorts of sunscreens, right from matte finish, foundation base, non-greasy. For oily skins, there are like hundreds of sunscreens you can choose from. So it's becoming like a skincare routine.
Many of the women out there go and buy over-the-counter sunscreen. What would be your suggestion? Is it medicated one which you would prefer, or can we use a OTC one?
I think medicated is always preferable. This is because like when I write a sunscreen to my patient, I know what type of protection it is going to give to the patient. I know what it contains, which enzyme it contains, what molecule it contains. See, chemical sunscreens have octobenzone, avobenzone. These there is a chemical reaction when it comes in contact with the sun, and when we see the OTC products, most of the times it is not written on it what is there in it, like what it contains and how much protection it is going to give to the patients. So I cannot rely on these OTC products for my patients. So I usually prefer medicated and like dermatologically tested sunscreens.
Yes, because our clients, our patients are most important to us, isn't it? And they are spending money. So I always believe the money should be spent at the right product, rather than they are spending the money. But if it is not actually going to protect them, then it is just a simple any kind of a cosmetic. It is not actually working. And if the money is being spent and it is not working, that is very painful for us as a dermatologist or as a cosmetic dermatologist, because the money is going down the drain. So it's my kind request to all you women out there, as Dr. Vrishali has suggested, please buy the sunscreen only when you visit a cosmetic dermatologist. Reason is you may have oily skin, or your photo exposure must be very heavy, or you may have a sensitive skin. So accordingly, the sunscreen which is prescribed to you by our dermatologist is going to be optimum best. And the money which you're going to spend is going to give you the best possible protection. Because remember, you are nothing less than a celebrity. And a celebrity needs to really take care of her skin. And that's how we treat you like a queen. And we are at the service. All the cosmetic dermatologists on Mission Beauty are at service for all the beautiful women out there. What are the diet tips, Dr. Vrishali, you would ask our women to have? Women, often neglect their diet. They always tend to eat the leftovers. What is necessary for eating a good, right, proper diet? And what is the role of it? What is antioxidant diet? Please enlighten us.
Yes, ma'am. See, diet is the cornerstone of any treatment you see, not only skin treatment. Diet should have a balanced diet containing adequate amount of all the nutrients. You should have adequate amount of water, 3 to 4 liters of water. Specifically, if you say about the food, the orange colored fruits and vegetables like carrot, papaya, pumpkin, they have lot of antioxidants. These have alpha keratin, beta keratin, cytoxanthin, which are converted in the body and they act as which are converted to vitamin A and acts as antioxidant. So again, sweet potato, then what we have, red bell pepper, then amla citrus fruits like lemon juice. They have lot of vitamin C, which is again required for rejuvenation of our skin. So mainly, I would suggest my patients to have more of antioxidant diet and those things which have more of vitamin C, which keeps them like which keeps the skin rejuvenating and glowing for a healthy skin.
Wonderful. And it's very cheap, because one lemon is going to hardly cost you 2 rupees and one orange may cost you around 20 rupees. So these are really easily available. Amla is easily available. So all these fruits are really available. So one carrot a day or one amla a day or one citrus a day. So just like we used to always have a saying, one apple a day keeps a doctor away. So that's how I say one citrus fruit a day keeps all your cosmetic dermatologist away. And with all the compliments coming to you, you will be overflowed with compliments day in and day out. So just hold on to the citrus foods and that's how you look younger. I would say forever young. Yes. Is there any other home care tip, which they can just do as a routine? Women are very fond of pampering themselves. So any home care based product which is there in our kitchen. See, always in the kitchen, isn't it, women? So is there something which you could do in the kitchen and make our skin look less tanned or make our skin look a bit glowing?
Yes, ma'am. As we said, lemon is the best acid, citric acid, we can say. So we can have lemon juice, honey, rose water. These are like simple things which are present in every house. You can use it as detanning agents. You can use curd and gram flour. You can mix three of them. Do not scrub it. Do not scrub on your skin. Just apply a thin coat, leave it for 10-15 minutes, and then wash it off. Then another is lemon juice, honey, and wheat flour along with rose water. This is again a good face pack which helps in removing the tan. So this you can try at home.
Wonderful. So these are very simple home care tips which come from Dr. Vrishali to us. Yes, Dr. Vrishali, quite a few mid-age women walk into Saraswati Clinic to meet Dr. Vrishali Patil. And when they look at Dr. Vrishali, definitely her skin is so beautiful. So they always aspire that why not my skin should also glow like Dr. Vrishali. So what are the wonderful different treatments which you have in your clinic, which you advise or which you perform on them? And which are the short procedures which you can be done to remove the tan?
Yes, ma'am. To begin with, I give them topical creams containing kojic acid, glycolic acid, arginine, and glutathione. These act as detanning creams. Then I also give them systemic oral medicines, oral antioxidants, then oral vitamin C, then oral glutathione for generalized whitening. Then procedures, I have like chemical peels. We go for glycolic acid peels, mandelic acid peels, lactic acid peels, retinol peels. See, I would tell my patients peels are different from the salon treatment, like their cleaning, cleansing and facials. Those are different, and peels are different. Peels is actual, there is increase in the cell turnover and it removes the melanin quickly. Whereas facial or cleanups, those are temporary superficial procedures. So if you want to go for real glow, which will stay for a long period, you have to go for peels. So peels is a good option and a cheaper option too. Then we have carbon peel, K-switch laser we can use, wherein we get a golden glow on the face, and the tan is removed within a span of like 2-3 days, and we can see a visible difference. Skin becomes more clear and glowing after these procedures.
Wonderful. So take, if you go to a dermatologist chamber, there are various beautiful procedures like a microdermabrasion, a chemical peel, a carbon peel, and apart from that, some beautiful antioxidants, and
Yes.
basically some kind of regular use of vitamin C serum, which I
Yes.
often advise to the women out there. It's like a
Yes.
daily care routine, and every day you apply a few drops of vitamin C serum with hyaluronic acid. It really makes your skin soft, supple, and makes the skin looks glowing and lovely. And vitamin C serum is the safest product. You hardly see anybody having any kind of allergic reaction, and it also reduces your aging signs. So this is wonderful thing. And as Vishali also mentioned, the chemical peels. So chemical peel, the moment people hear chemical, Bapre, they have that fear. So let me
Yes.
check. Basically, these chemicals are fruits. Like the glycolic acid, which Dr. Vishali mentioned, comes from sugarcane. Now, the citric acid comes from the citrus fruits. So these are all basically organic
Yes, ma'am.
peels, and they're very safe. One. Second, they're tested. They're time tested. If you
Okay.
read the journals, there is studies, umpteen number of studies which you will find, which speak volumes about chemical peels enhancing your beauty, reducing the wrinkles, improving the skin texture, improving the color, improving the moisture level. So why not go for a chemical peel? But just one caution, when you do a chemical peel, please don't go out in sun exposure. Protect yourself to give the optimum and the best result. I think, Dr. Grishari, do you agree to all these points?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Like I plan a peel, or maybe it may be carbon peel or normal chemical peel. Usually on weekends, so that patient will not go out for like 2-3 days. Because sun protection is again important, because after peel, skin becomes little sensitive, and these all acids are like photosensitive. They makes your skin a little bit photosensitive. So sun protection is must. And I ask the patient to reapply it frequently, mainly after the procedures. So skin needs extra care for 2-3 days after the procedure, and then they'll be fine.
How much time does a chemical peel or a microdermabrasion or a carbon peel, around approximately how much time does it take? The women would definitely like to know.
Peeling, it hardly takes 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes for a normal chemical peel. Carbon peel takes about 15 to 20 minutes. We just apply a thin layer of carbon over the face, and then we remove that carbon with our pico laser or Q switch laser. It contains different filters which we use for optimal results. A microdermabrasion, same, it takes about 20-25 minutes for the procedure.
Wonderful. So it's basically just a half an hour procedure, which
Not more than
is
half
very
an hour.
important, because many a times people go and spend hours together to really pamper their skin. But when it comes to cosmetic dermatology, just give us 15 minutes and we'll assure you to give.
Will make magic, you can say.
So if you want a magic happening, you just give us 15 minutes of your lifetime, and believe me, trust me, you look more better, and you will have the outpour of compliments coming to you in your life. So that is the magic of cosmetic dermatology and the latest evidence-based cosmetic dermatology. Dr. Krishna, our women would like to know, what is the take-home back message, like the essence of all this talk? Can you give us a short take-home back message? 1, 2, 3, 4 points.
Okay. So I would say, if you want a beautiful, healthy, glowing skin, you should have a proper skincare routine, a balanced diet with adequate amount of all nutrients, and drink plenty of water, and have at least one physical activity 5 days a week, which will keep your skin breathing. So it may be an activity of 30 minutes or 1 hour. So by skincare routine, what I mean is, you should have a good sunscreen, sun protection cream with minimum 30 SPF, a good moisturizer, a mild facial cleanser. If you are around 30 or above 30, a good anti-aging cream which is retinol based, and a vitamin C serum. Vitamin C serum are usually given patients like above 20, 25 also, because in those it rejuvenates the skin, and after 30 it acts as anti-aging also. So it benefits both the ways. So a good sunscreen, moisturizer, anti-aging cream. That is more than enough.
Wonderful. So it was such a lovely information. It was a treat to all the women out there who are listening to you, Dr. Vishali. And it will be featured on Sunday evening. So Sunday evening is a great treat to really fall in love with the skin. I always call all the women out there my ageless beauties. As we come to the end of the session, definitely you don't want to end the session because there's so much knowledge pouring in from our Dr. Vishali. I just want to have a few words from you, Dr. Vishali, on Dr. Smita Sakhote, or what do you have an idea about Mission Beauty? Would you like to comment anything?
Yes, ma'am. Mission Beauty is, I can say, it's a really like inspiration for us. You can say we have been following your videos. We have been like telling our patients to follow because something which every woman looks for whenever she is free during free time. She just keeps on searching the YouTube and all, wherein she can have inputs regarding her beauty, her skincare routine tips. So I suggest my patients to look for your Mission Beauty videos. This initiative is very important, I think, because there are many aspects, many left out aspects which you are bringing up, and just handling them in such a way that after like seeing most of the videos, what I have seen is these are just simple tips which the patient can follow and make those changes in her skincare routine, and wherein she lands up in like in such a condition she did not go to a dermat, or she did not go to facials and all those things. Very simple home care remedies, and I think that is making all the females out there more knowledgeable about the skin and skincare routine.
Thank you so much for your kind words. In Mission Beauty Sundarmi Honarat, in next 3 years, I would like to make 1 lakh women beautiful. And this is not possible only if I am alone on the mission. I need a wonderful team of the women dermatologists like you. So I'm rest assured that I have a wonderful team and Dr. Vishali Patil joining us from Latur. And I'm so thankful to her for enlightening all the women out there. And thank you so much, Dr. Vishali.
Thank you. Thank you.